America, and hello world. Good morning, Pilipinas. Welcome to our The Teacher Voice. This show aims to give teachers the opportunity to talk on air about their unforgettable journey, their thrilling adventures, and as well as share their splendid wisdom, inspire, and give hope to our listeners and viewers. This show is aired by the Philippine Las Vegas radio station, located in the heart of Las Vegas every Saturday at 6 p.m. Pacific time and 9 p.m. Eastern time, and on Sunday in the Philippines at 9 o'clock in the morning. This is one of your co-hosts, Teacher Judy, and welcoming you from New York City. And my other co-hosts are Sir Pacita Ros and Sir Marvin Cadornigara. Yes, and also they're from New York City.
Right.
And also our guest tonight is from Negros Occidental. But before we will begin with the show, let us pray first. Sir Marvin.
Okay, I'm inviting everyone to join us in prayer. Father in heaven, creator of heaven and earth, bestower of life and the gifts of life, we give you praise and we honor you in our lives and in our calling to teach, to touch, and to mold the future of the world. We ask for your spirit who inspires and unites our hearts in one purpose, in one mission, and in one goal, to glorify you in everything that we do. This is our prayer in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. Yes. Let us now greet our viewers, Ma'am Pacita Ros.
Okay. Magandang umaga sa Pilipinas. Magandang gabi sa wherever else in the whole four corners of the world. Binabati ko lahat ng mga teachers wherever you are. And I commend you for your dedication, your hard work para sa ating mga kabataan, to prepare them to become the citizens, good citizens of our country, the Philippines, and the whole world. We salute you, teachers. Kapit lang.
Sir Marvin?
Sige, warm greetings to all our viewers, whether you are in the Philippines or in another part of the world, whether you are a local teacher or you're a global teacher, whether you are a teacher in the classroom or you're a teacher at home, this program is for you. Enjoy and be inspired. Ang akong pagpanamyaw, ginapaabot ko dira sa mga kasimanwa ko sa Carlota City, kag sa akon mga himata na wala ko pagid makita nara dira sa Ilog, Negros Occidental. Welcome to the Teacher's Voice.
Wow, nice.
That was deep.
Yeah, that's true. And also I would like to greet our friends, especially the teachers, the parents, the students, and our families here in the Philippines and also there in New York. Good morning, good afternoon, every part of the world. Enjoy listening to our show and you will be inspired more. All right. So, hosts, thank you very much. And we're going to have the greetings from
No, not yet.
introduce the guest.
We'll introduce, yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yes, I have I have the pleasure to present to you to introduce to you our guest for tonight. She's an accomplished lady, a young one, kasi matanda na ako eh. And our guest tonight hails from La Carlota in Negros Occidental. She graduated with a bachelor in secondary education, major in social sciences, and a minor in English from the West Visayas State University in Iloilo City in 1990. In 2007, she obtained her Master of Arts in Educational Management. After graduation from college, she taught social studies at Iloilo Central Commercial High School, now called the Washong College of Iloilo. After 3 years in that school, she transferred to Doña Hortencia Salas Benedicto National High School in La Carlota, where she became a department in charge and a master teacher too for Araling Panglipunan from 2015 to 2018. And to the present, she is the assistant principal in charge of curriculum at the same school. Now, this lady is a social studies specialist, and she has served in many capacities as one who knows the ins and outs of social studies curriculum, training, and program, everything else. Now, this lady, as accomplished as she is, has been awarded Outstanding Master Teacher, the Seal of Excellence Award of La Carlota City, and Outstanding Secondary Teacher and Seal of Excellence in 2014, and 2015. Now, it's my great pleasure to introduce to you and find out some more about her and her advocacies as a social studies specialist. Our guest tonight, let's welcome Maria Lumina V. Rumbines.
Good
Welcome to the
morning,
show.
Ma'am Lumina. Good
Morning,
morning.
everyone. Hello,
Good
hello,
morning. It's
hello.
time for you to greet your friends now.
That's
Yes,
true.
ma'am. Thank you so much, Ma'am Pacita, for that
You're
generous
welcome.
introduction. And also, I would like to thank Ma'am Judilyn for the warm welcome just this morning. And also my friend, my dear friend, Sir Marvin Cadornigara. Hello, sir. I miss you. And
Hello,
of course,
hello.
I would like I would like also to say hello to Philippine Radio in Las Vegas. And of course, to our host. And I would like to greet my fellow La Carloteños, no, to our ever supportive City Mayor Honorable Rex Halandoon, together with our newly elected city officials as well as the old ones. And also happy mornings to our schools division superintendent, Dr. Neri Ann M. Alibuyog, with Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Bernie Libuon, together with the rest of the schools division office personnel. Also, I would like to extend happy mornings to Dr. Earl P. Arbado, our school principal, my fellow co-assistant principal, Mr. Salvador Hiponia, the senior high school teachers of Doña Hortencia Salas Benedicto National High School, my family, my husband, hello, Agot, my children, Ruby, Simeon, Adrian, and Anne, and to all of you who are watching right now virtually, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, everyone.
Kompleto.
Oh,
Kompleto. That's beautiful.
Walang
Ganda,
na-miss.
no? At least mag-greet natin. We can also greet a lot of people in here. And it's nice to mention their names. Ma'am Lumina, so we want to be well informed about the methodology, strategies of teaching, of being a social studies teacher. I know that I think you are now teaching. Are you still teaching, Ma'am Lumina?
Actually, ma'am, I am already an assistant principal in charge of academics in the senior high school. But for 27 years, I've been a social studies teacher.
Okay, dyan ako mag-una question sa iyo. Ano ang difference sa ngayon that you are now in the admin part and then you are supervising this, the staff in there, the teachers? I-compare mo na ngayon ang previous work mo as a teacher. Anong kaibahan?
Well, Ma'am Jude, when I was a teacher, I was only concerned of the four walls of the classroom, my students, and the lessons. But now that I am in the administration area, it's more on the supervision, the instruction, the academic performance. So it's more on the whole the whole package of the school. You are to supervise the teachers, because before, as a classroom teacher, you are going to inculcate or mold the students, no? But now that I am in the administrative part, I have to supervise the instruction. I have
Right.
to see to it that the performance of the students are high, and at the same time, all the competencies are acquired, and it's more on the supervisory work and guiding
Okay.
and giving technical assistance to teachers.
So, Ma'am Lumina, na-miss mo din ang pagtuturo? Have you
Yes,
missed?
ma'am. That's my first love, teaching. And because of that, when I was promoted in 2018, for 2 years until 2018, 2019, 2020, I really missed the teaching. And so I applied as a professor in La Carlota City College, and now I am teaching Saturdays for the graduate school, the Master of Arts.
In La
graduate
Carlota?
school. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, Ma'am Lumina. Sir Marvin, it's your turn.
Oh, sige. Of all college courses, Ma'am Lumina, why a degree of education?
Well, Marvs, when I was in high school, my ambition was to become a civil engineer. However, due to financial constraints of our family, my mother was the only one working, and she's the only breadwinner that we have. And so I have no choice due to high tuition fees at that time. So I resorted to other fields. Luckily, I was given a slot at West Visayas State University College of Education. So I grabbed the opportunity, and so here I am. I graduated my bachelor's in secondary education in that university. So that's
Sir
it.
Marvin,
Yes.
akala ko sasabihin niya sa atin na I was dreaming to become a lawyer. Because if you are a social
Studies teacher.
kaya pala nga, engineer sana ito. Okay. So you are very good also in mathematics, Ma'am Lumina.
Well, hindi masyado. At least nakakapasa din, nakakakuha rin ng mga, those hard to understand what do you call that? Mathematical problems. Yun.
All right. So we will continue asking you, Ma'am Paset.
Yes, I know that your major in high school, for your your secondary education degree is social sciences, and yet you went to social studies. With the degree you have, you could go in other, in other areas of education, but you chose social studies. Why?
Well, I was inspired by my teachers in high school. Actually, my mom was a social studies teacher, and all the books available at home were all social studies. So when at that time, my father was very disciplinarian, that you have only two choices at home. If you study, you are free from work. If you don't study, you do all the tasks or you do all the chores. So I preferred to study, so that I will be exempted from the chores.
Right.
So there you go. Until I really had that mastery of social studies at that time. I also my father wanted me to become a lawyer, but still I tried. No, when I was in teaching in a private school, I took subjects in law, but due to time constraints again, I was not able to have it. And I did not pursue that another vocation which my father wanted me to have. So, that's it.
Yeah. As a follow-up question, you've stayed quite long as a social studies teacher, and then ngayon pati yung iyong mga you're involved in curriculum planning, assessment, and evaluation for the learning materials in social studies. What made you love the subject? Kaya ka nagstay ka dyan. You did not go to a different field. What made you love it para doon ka talaga mag-concentrate sa social studies? What is so interesting about that?
We were meant to be. Joke. Actually, ma'am, as you go along, as I go along with the subject, I read a lot and learn a lot. And you know, when I discuss these things to my students, they also have this positive reaction. So it made me, you know, have that motivation. My students are interested with what I am talking about. So maybe I should learn more. I should study more. I should research more, and so that I could give them more. And the more I do I do those things, the more they're becoming motivated. So I was also motivated, and so I learned the craft as the years go by, and I really fell in love with it until now. So
Yeah,
that's it.
okay. So motivation, right? Pati mga bata na motivate mo. So you just keep going, going, going. Thank you. That was beautiful.
Okay. You're talking about motivating the students, right, Tita Pasit? But here, ma'am, how can we motivate the teachers in this area? As an admin right now, as an admin, you used to be, you know, basic kind of teacher before, and you know the life of a teacher, especially for new ones, you know, and we know we were there too. Sa ngayon, if we see the new teachers, nag-sprout sila, what are the things, the skills, qualifications of the teachers na ma-motivate mo as an admin to upgrade their positions as a teacher?
Well, Ma'am Jude, you know, we've been there, as what you have said.
True.
Alam natin, we've gone through those struggles that they have struggled. You know, helping a teacher is putting your feet on their shoes. Understand them, know what they can do and what they cannot do, because by knowing so, you are going to develop their strength and of course improve their strengths and develop and help them with their weaknesses so that they can become better persons. Be a model. Always have that touch of their hearts and their minds and their soul, and you know, all those things would come together. And you are going to have, in my part, no, I would always have this friendliness with them. I would accommodate them when it comes to their needs, and I would give them all the assistance that I could give so that they could also develop their own potential as teachers. You know, it's very important that we should inculcate to our teachers the value of teaching so that they too could be motivated to teach our children to the best that they can.
Thank you very much. Sir Marvin.
Okay. Sige, Ma'am Lumina, you embarked into teaching right after your graduation. What were the major challenges that you faced during your first year of teaching, and how were you able to overcome these challenges?
Well, Sir Marvin, you know, after graduation in 1990, I applied at Iloilo Central Commercial High School, and luckily I was admitted in the school as a classroom teacher. And the first 2 years of my teaching in that school was actually, shall I say, a disaster. Because I was new to the field, and my first problem was classroom management. I do not know how to you know, when you are put into actual situation, I was confused how to handle these unruly children, those children with different personalities, and I was afraid at first. And there were these administrators who are very vigilant and watchful of your actions, fellow teachers who are observant of how you teach and all of those things. And finally, I just prayed and asked the assistance of other friends, especially Sir Marvin. He was the one who mentored me how to do this and that. And I'm very thankful to him. Together with other friends, you know, we met at Iloilo Central Commercial High School. And after a year or two, I was able to manage the classroom. I was able to make friends with Chinese teachers, and of course with my fellow teachers, in the Filipino teachers, and everything just went smoothly. So all you have to do, I think, is more on knowing what you can do and what you cannot do, and do something about what you cannot do. Okay, so finally I survived. Yes, ma'am. And I'm very thankful with Iloilo Central Commercial High School, now Washington College of Iloilo, because they laid the foundation of what I have become today. Everything there, the values of courage, industry, and loyalty, all of those things made me efficient and effective, especially when I transferred to a public school. That's it, ma'am.
Wow. Beautiful.
Nice,
Yes.
very nice. Thank you.
Ma'am Pasit?
So Washong is a private school. Am I right?
Mhm.
Oh,
Yes.
and then, oh, okay. All right. So now, ang tanong ko ay, you were a teacher of social studies. Sorry, social studies ang ating topic. Noong, for how many years? 27, right?
Mhm.
27 years. Ngayon, ikaw ay administrator na, although social studies pa rin ang iyong expertise. My question is, from the time that you were a teacher of social studies and the time now na ikaw ay administrator na, are there any differences between in the curriculum of then and now? Or what is new about social studies around this time in the 2010 and to the present? Is there anything new about social studies curriculum and mga strategies for teaching it?
There's a big difference, no? Before we were using MP4. You know what MP4 stands for?
No.
Manila paper 4.
Oh, yeah.
Manila paper. Okay, MP4. And then we also have, the traditional way of writing everything on the board. But
Right.
now we have, of course, technology who would help us. There are new ways or strategies. We have the high flex strategies. We have the integration of ICT in our teaching, and there is more on student-centeredness. Okay, the value or the importance of the child as the center of the learning process. So I think that is the difference. And also when it comes to discipline, I remember my time, corporal punishment was accepted, but now it is not. We already have positive discipline. The way you discipline a student is no to corporal punishment, because we believe that positive discipline has something to do with making a difference to every child, to every learner. So we have the child-friendly policy, the no collection policy, you know what I mean? And we have so many changes already in the fields of education when it comes to strategies and learning or teaching techniques. So I think there is that difference now compared to before. Okay.
Yung curriculum, may difference din yung curriculum.
I think there were new subjects added, especially in the senior high school. We have the spiral progression, that we have the integration of inter or across curriculum in our classroom observations. And, we have the integration of, all subjects into one. And the progression is from simple to complex. So we call it spiral progression. And that, I think, is one of the differences in the curriculum. And also we have the inclusiveness, and we have the, everything or everybody's welcome. No one left behind. So before, we have this class for only these people. You are not allowed because you have these disabilities. But now everybody is welcome, because the Department of Education, where I belong now, believes in the inclusiveness of education, that everybody is welcome and no one should be left behind. So I think that's one.
Very nice.
All right.
Very nice.
Thank you, Ma'am Lumina. Right now, we have a new administration in the whole Philippines, and it was declared that it is declared that it is Sara Duterte, which is our secretary. Do you think there will be a big change in our educational system in the Philippines?
Ma'am Judith, I am hopeful and positive that there will be this change in our educational system. It's better now, no? But it would be another enhancement, I hope, in the time of Vice President Duterte or Sara Duterte, especially when it comes to trainings like integration again of ROTC and CATs. You know, I am a CAT product. And during that time, I really loved the way my commandant handled the training, because it made me a disciplined and responsible and a very nationalistic person. So I do agree and I do hope that Ma'am Duterte would do something for the betterment and enhancement of our education. And I am willing to do my part in order for our children to develop holistically. So I will go for whatever projects, programs, and activities the Department of Education will have.
Thank you, Sir Marvin.
Nice. Sige. I can see that you were born and you were raised in La Carlota City, and only in college that you went to another city. You finished college in Iloilo City, and then right after graduation, as we mentioned earlier, you worked right after that. It was only after 3 years that you returned to La Carlota City to teach in your home place. So were there significant changes in your life as a person, as a teacher, as a professional, when you finally returned home to serve your very own community?
Yeah.
Well, Sir Marbs, actually, I was born in Haro, Iloilo. I was raised in La Carlota City. My father is from Haro, Iloilo City, and my mother is from La Carlota City. So I was, I took my elementary and high school education in La Carlota. Then in college, I went back to Iloilo and teach there for 3 years. Then I came back to La Carlota City. Well, of course, there was this big difference. You know, in a private school compared to a public school, malaki talaga yung kaibahan. Sa private school, the children, they have everything they have. But in a public school, they don't have everything. So you as a teacher, you have to supply what they do not have. I even have this experience when somebody left that piece of wrapped bamboo something, and when I opened it, there was this what do you call it, something as iba, ano yun, yung tawag doon, something like a sour fruit
Kamyas
with
in
rice.
Tagalog.
Kamyas, yes.
Tagalog,
Kamyas
right?
in Tagalog. And then it was wrapped and it was left there in a seat. And so I waited. No, I did not. That was lunchtime. I did not went out of the room. I waited for that somebody who left that something on the chair. And the child, a student came. He was not neatly dressed, and the clothes was, you know, very, very, you can see poverty in his face. And he said, "Ma'am, in Ilonggo, I left something. Can I eat here my lunch?" "Okay, go ahead," I told him. And then he was in one corner. I was waiting that he would take something out of his bag, an ulam, a bayan, but I waited and there was none. It was only kamyas and rice.
Oh my Lord.
Every time I remember that, my heart is you know, it's like burst, you know.
I know.
The poverty, you know, something. As a teacher. So it was an experience I cannot forget in a public school. Seeing that scenario, it's very, so I want to break into tears. There is this kind of situation where student has nothing at all, and yet at the time I was forcing them to you know, you have to provide this, the computerized something. I was used to a private school, and then that was a wake-up call on my part that I should give those who are in need this something that they could not have, that I can give. For as long as I can give it to them, I would give it to them. So from then on, students who have no lunch, okay, we share our bayan, my bayan. Students who have no bond paper, here's the bond paper. And you look at it, you try to home visit them, and you can really see the picture of poverty. Most of them, their parents are working in the you know, the plantations, we call them sacadas. They work in the tubuhan, in the
Right.
sugarcane plantation. Most of them are farmers. And, you know, La Carlota City is a third-class city. Okay, they are dependent to, you know, landlords for their sustenance and their provisions. And it's different, really, compared to a private school. But when you get used to it, you can always say that there is hope for the cities. That's why I stayed for so many years, because I know I have this mission of helping them. That's it.
Wow.
Wow, so touching. Very touching. Okay, I know. Tell us about the location of your school. Where is that located? Is it in the city or real
The mountains.
of the city?
Our school is located in Poblacion. It's near the heart of the city. You don't have to go to the you know, mountainous areas, you know, something like that. It's in the city actually, but the surrounding of it is more of a plantation, because on the other side, at the back side, or in the northern part of our school, is more of the plantation, while the eastern part, it's more on, you know, facing the sun. It's more on the Poblacion area. So agricultural kasi ang La Carlota City. So
Correct.
nakakuha lang ito ng kanyang chartered as a city kasi because of the sugarcane, because of the presence of the Carlota Sugar Central in our place. So that's our city, that's my school, and we are doing our best to improve it every year. With the help of the Department of Education, nakakaraos din.
Ma'am Lumina, can you please update us of the your transition to face-to-face? Update us right now.
Well, we have this DepEd Order 71 series of 2020, I think. It's 2021. It's more on how you start with your face-to-face. There are lots of checklists, lots of items on the checklist, I mean, that we really have to do. Say, for example, we have to prepare the classroom and see to it that there is what we call social distancing. We also have to put signages and you know, the arrows on the road that would represent the traffic flow, and contingency plan as to the, you know, we do not know whether COVID would still be attacking us. And of course, we have to prepare the class programs. We also have to be ready with our learning resources, everything that we have. And of course, we have the protocols to follow. So we see to it that as we go along with the face-to-face, the safety, the security, and the health of the students will not be disregarded. At the same time, with our teachers and personnel in our school. And of course, with face-to-face, we have so many precautions to take and to undertake. And at the same time, we have we have prepared the different isolation rooms in case something will happen to our students while we are having our face-to-face. So those are some of the preparations that we have. But for now, we are almost done with the first batch, and we are about to have it next school year now because we lack time. So we are already preparing everything from the classroom to the learning resources.
So the government is giving you a budget.
Well, there is a budget for that, ma'am. In our case, we were able to receive amount for the face-to-face that would augment the expenses of the school. We also receive donations like alcohol, the sanitary things that we will be needed by us. So I'm very happy also with the support of our local governments, because they have provided us with, you know, the Sangguniang Kabataan of one of the barangays here donated 6 scanners, temperature scanners, and of course the local governments also provided us with, you know, sanitary things like alcohols and everything.
Okay, Mom, I am here right now in Philippines, and I heard some mga issues in here. Is how do you react on this, that some schools, their own teachers are the one fixing some of the structures here in the school like that, and because they said that the government doesn't give them
The money.
the budget. The government will give them the budget if they finished. You see that? If they finished renovating or putting all the requirements. How do you react on that?
Well, ma'am, I am not so sure about it in other schools, but in our school, it is not happening because our principal is very supportive when it comes to budget for development of the facilities. Yun nga lang, hindi lahat mabibigyan agad-agad. So not at all times everything will be given at the same time. So it's parang ano siya by batch. Okay? So only this portion here will be developed, this portion,
Right,
this portion. Kasi the MOE hindi naman buo yan. Okay? It is given monthly. So in our case, if there are teachers who are spending for the classrooms development, for everything, because they love to do it. And I'm glad that they're doing it because in my case, when I was a teacher, I also have to buy paint because the school would provide me only this color, but I want this color. So I have to do something about it. I have to buy. I have to spend. And you know, we have this culture that we give back to the school what the school has given us. So you just give it out of love. And we do it for the love of our students because we wanted to have this because our students love this. So we have to buy this one. So it's voluntary and we accept that also. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. Sir Marvin?
Si Tita Pasit muna I think has a question.
Yeah, okay. All right. Now, Ma'am Lumina, you were a teacher for a long time and now you are an administrator and you have like a bird's eye view of the entire situation of the school system, especially in your own place in La Carlota. Now, let us dream. Libre naman ang mangarap, ano?
Yes.
If you were given the chance, the opportunity to do what you want to do for your school, for your division ba or district or whatever it is, ano ang iyong mga nasa listahan ng iyong dream for your school and the students and the community that you are, working with now?
Well, in our school, I will just concentrate on my school, ma'am. In our school, we lack washing areas. So I think I have as future administrator of a higher level, that would be the first thing that I would be concentrating on, the health of our students, the wash areas, the food that they're eating, and if we can, we have this project Gulayan sa Paaralan, wherein the products of such will be utilized for students. They are going to eat that so that there will be no, viands, like something like that.
Right.
And also for the teachers, more on trainings and development as to the new strategies so that they could keep up, especially when it comes to technology. For administration, siguro I could give more trainings also for them how to become, when it comes to human relations and how to become more productive, something like that. And what else? Health and performance, academic performance. More on strategies, more on trainings in order to get that academic or aim academic performance.
So, but you have your yung water connection ninyo, meron kayo niyan. Meron din kayong electric connection. So you have all those, kaya lang you need some improvement in that one. I see. Oh, okay. Sana meron akong magic wand para ayun yung dream mo na, nakuha mo na lahat. I really wish and pray that you and the other schools like yours in the Philippines will have something to look forward to, something very nice and positive for the children natin. Thank you.
Yes.
Sige, I have a question for Ma'am Lumina. You are recognized and you're awarded for your outstanding record as an educator. Do you also have some personal weaknesses? And do you also have your professional Waterloo that you struggled with behind these accolades? And how did you overcome them?
Well, for now, for my personal, shall I say, something to do with my family, I lack time. That is why I always wanted to have this vacation because time is very precious. And as long as I am here, as long as they are there, we should spend time together. That is why I make use of the time the quality time that we spend because I believe that when time is gone, it's gone forever.
Right,
So
right.
as much as possible, I see to it that we my family, my children, and my husband, we could always get together. I could have spend more time with them. A simple celebration of birthdays would do, anniversaries, moving ups, or just wala lang, yung simple day, happy
Mhm.
day, just worth barbecue and
Right, right,
something to
right.
drink.
Yeah.
That would be one. As for my career, I think I have already what I asked for. I just wanted to,
You
I just
already
wanted to be,
achieved.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When
that's
I
true.
come to think of it, I just asked the Lord, make me a master teacher so that I could earn more. But the Lord gave me more
More
than
than
what
that.
I asked
More
for.
than that.
So what else? I
Yeah.
I don't
It
I don't
is,
remember. I can't think of anything else that I want in my career.
and
Very
it is
good.
also a process, right? It's a
Yeah.
process. Now, when we are young, we are aiming for position like that to increase our ranking like that. Pero sa age na natin, bless you, Marvin,
Yeah.
wala na, katulad ng kay Tita Praset, parang wala na, ang atin na lang serbisyo na.
Yes,
Parang
ma'am.
gano'n na. So it is a process and it's a stage by stage na. So
Yeah.
we
Uh-huh.
come to this point na nandito tayo, o katulad nito, advocacy lang man ito, nandito tayo para na lang sa mga bata, para sa
Mhm.
edukasyon na. And I'm very happy about that.
Mhm.
So, Ma'am Pacita, we have at least 5 minutes more.
Yeah, yeah.
Grill si Ma'am Lumina. I-grill muna na.
Hindi,
Yeah.
I am very, I commend her for the heart that she puts into her job as a
Oo.
teacher and a principal. Alam natin talaga, very challenging ang public schools natin sa Pilipinas. Kasi kulang ang pera talaga. That's the bottom line, pera. But I would like to let the teachers know that we appreciate na kayo mismo ang nagpupuno sa kakulangan ng ating gobyerno from your own pockets. So,
Salute.
you.
Yes. How about you, Sir Marvin?
I have this question I really wanted to ask Ma'am Lumina. Do you have some funny or embarrassing moments inside the classroom? How did you
Mayroon,
grace
kita mo, mayroon. Mayroon.
And
Yeah, there are
how
lots
did you-
of
and how did you gracefully manage the situation?
yeah. There were so many bloopers actually in the
Yeah,
classroom.
mga bloopers.
When we were having this teacher move, I entered a classroom which is not mine, and I started with my discussion, only to realize that hey, these are not my students, and they are looking at me. Hey, that's not our teacher. But they just kept quiet and they just continued. And I told them, okay, class, that would be all for the meantime. For 5 minutes that I have been your teacher, I am supposed to be on the other side, on the other class. And so goodbye, and everybody laughed. Okay, that was one of the experiences I had. And so I packed all my things and then transferred to another room, and I told the children the story, and we all laughed. That's
Of
one of
course.
the funny
Yeah.
experiences that I had.
Laugh about it. That's right.
How about I'm going to throw this question to Sir Marvin. Sir Marvin, tell us.
Ano po?
Yes.
Did I have like something a funny or embarrassing moment in my classroom? Well, there was one time I was teaching at Guasio, and I'm supposed to write something on the board, and there were no students actually, so I have to write something on top of the board. I have to stand on the chair, and then that was a time also that the students are coming in, and one of my students, I think Ma'am Lumina knows about it, Sherwin, the very tall guy, and then he shouted "Kahuluya." That means to say it's so embarrassing for us to find the teacher standing on a chair, just writing on the board because I have height issues and I cannot write on top of the board. And that's just one. And there's many others. We have no time for that.
Yeah, yeah.
Sa iyo, ano? Long time na, tita. Long time na. You can remember it.
That's a million years ago. I don't remember anything, but I'm sure
I
there
know.
were plenty. There were plenty, I'm sure.
Okay lang, tita. Anyway, so I am very happy to hear the
Yeah.
journey.
Uh-huh.
So before we will leave, before we go, we will share our quotes and then to inspire our students, our teachers. Okay? Pacita.
Okay, sure. All right. So this reflects all our lives. Tayong mga, kasi I think I know you now, Marvin and Judith and Lumina just tonight. I have had an insight into your life from the start of your career and up to now. So tayo lahat ay nagsimula ng may problema, right? But we persevered and we overcame all the challenges that were brought by the problem. So that I would like to share to our teachers a quote by I.M. Pei, a very accomplished Chinese-American architect based in the United States. And this is what he said, and I think we all need to remember this. Success is a collection of problems solved.
Wow. Short, but simple, but
Right.
bullseye.
Right.
Okay, Sir
right.
Marvin.
Thank you.
You get my quote, which is close to my heart, as always. Proper education is the education of the heart. And what better way to learn to educate the heart is to know the heart of God that would enable us to love even the unlovable among our students.
Amen. That's true. Kung may mga students bala, sir, if there are some students who are not lovable, mag-pray ka na lang.
Yeah, I know.
God will
That's
enable us to love them nevertheless.
That's all
Oo,
you do.
yun na lang eh. Pero siguro more effective gid siya, no? Is to show love to this.
Oh yeah.
No?
Oh yeah.
Ang heart talaga, yun mo makuha mo na lang. Kahit hindi na lang ito, ang
Kahit
heart
wag
na
na
lang.
lang. Ang heart na lang.
Amen. Amen. Ma'am Lumina,
Yes, ma'am. I always consider that time is good, that every moment is important. And so in the field of teaching profession, there are lots of struggles, there are lots of disasters that comes along. But always remember that the ending, and everything that we do our part as a teacher. We mold our students, we help them so that they could develop holistically, and of course making them individuals who will be a contributing factor in terms of nation building, and the importance of their value as family member, as a community member, leader in the country. And of course I always remember that as long as we enjoy time, as long as we enjoy what we do, as long how simple it is maybe, as long as we give our heart, our mind, our soul, our passion and love for it, everything will have a beautiful product. So make use of the time, enjoy time while we can.
That's
Yeah.
all right.
wow, that's beautiful. That would be the closing remark also of Ma'am Lumina. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Right. This one is my quote for today. And it speaks to all of us here. No one.
Judy.
I think you're muted, Tita Jude. All right,
Okay,
there.
sorry. It says in here, no one has traveled the road of success without crossing the streets of failure.
Right.
God has never promised us an easy journey.
Mhm.
He promised us a great destination,
Mhm.
and the perfect life awaits us when we are there in heaven.
Mhm. Amen.
So let's just continue the journey here. even though it is hard, but we know that we are not perfect in here, and time will come. We will go to heaven. There's a time we will just enjoy the perfection of life in there. Thank you, Ma'am Lumina. Thank you, Ma'am Paset,
Thank you.
Sir Marvin, and also the PHLV. Thank you so much.
Thank
for
you,
tonight.
Johan. Okay.
Everyone
Thank you.
for this
Ma'am
opportunity.
Lumina, thank you very much.